Well, I'm not filming a lot of what I'm actually doing at the moment, just because there's not a lot of tools, not a lot of supplies, and it's bloody hot. So the time it takes to set up the camera and then show me putting a screw in or trying to drill a hole or something, I'm sort of on the clock, so don't have time to waste. At the moment, it's just going to be some little updates here and there. Three Bells is a 50-year-old, about a 50-foot wooden boat. Used to belong to some friends of mine. They also used to own Journeyman. It was bought a couple of years ago with the idea of doing it up for charter, doing sunset trips and that here in Grenada in the West Indies. Being asked to come over and help get it together, finish off all these jobs. He's had plenty of people working on it with varying skill levels and or lack thereof, and so yeah, we're just trying to get it all back together, get it all nice and shiny like it used to be, and then we'll be running some sunset charters and dive tours. I've been out on one trip on the boss's other boat, and the charters are fairly basic. They are half or full day charters out of St. George. At the moment, at least, I've only been on one trip, but there was fairly calm seas, fairly consistent breeze. So once we get this up and running, it should be quite a civilized thing to be doing. But before that can happen, we've got to sort out the brothel and get all the systems operational again. There's been a lot of upgrades with the electrics and some alternative working with the plumbing, but it's just a case of getting it all sorted and getting her out on the water. So a little update in the galley. I've cleared off this bulkhead, nipped off the screws that were protruding through, and filled the holes, given it sand, ready for paint. What we're currently looking at the moment is this old big bit of wood here. Is going to end up being a shelf along here, and we'll put some more downlights underneath that, and the fan that was up in the corner, that'll probably be under there as well, don't know yet. Boss got some of these Bain-Marie trays so that when food's been done it can be stored, and they just happen to be the right size to go under there. So we'll probably make some more runners at whatever the right size is, so we can get a few layers on there, and the same on that side. So we're in the Wheelhouse, and the bench that we're looking at used to pull out to become a bed, but we don't sort of need it as that at the moment, though the boss did want it out a fair way in order to use it as a more comfortable seat. So what I did was slice it down the middle. As you can see, we're going to get another piece of plywood that'll cover that span, and then we'll be able to have a cushion on the front and storage over the back, but the whole apparatus will be able to lift out in three parts, so that we've got full access to the generator, the electrics and plumbing and stuff in the background, so it'll make life a little bit easier. Where this door swings out to is what determined how far out into the Wheelhouse it is. I would have been happier to have that further back, but this end here sort of lines up with the piece of wood there, so that's sort of where we're at there. I've made this little hound here for the seat to sit on, and this end is a leg that'll lift up if we want to push the thing back or not. It's only got a silly galvanized hinge on it, because that's all we could get at the hardware shop at the moment, so that'll no doubt get changed at some point in time, and I'll make some sort of lock so that it stays there as well. In an effort to clean up the whole cockpit area, all the overhead gear is gone, and been going through the process of dewiring just to keep it all nice and clean. And yesterday's little effort was this dashboard. It'll have new switches in it, the new bilge switches, and the VHF radio will go in there. I've just got to open up the slot a little bit more, and that's just about ready to go. So I'm going to finish that off and stain that, try and sort of match this a little bit better, and then install that, and that'll be another job ticked off the list.